if the first point would be that Russia would honor the obligations that they have already taken in the international agreements, then that would also, refer to the territories that they have occupied and should withdraw their troops from.
Mm-hmm. Tom?
Thank you very much, Thomas Mann-Nielsen at Euractiv. I have two questions, if I may. So one on this 90 billion package. I mean, the situation in Ukraine is quite dire. It's supposed to run out of money in April. Was there a discussion among ministers about a potential plan B if Hungary refuses to drop its veto on this 90 billion package? That's the first question. And then the second question, so obviously Marco Rubio gave that speech in Munich, and then he went to Bratislava, and then he went to Budapest. He hailed his relationship with Orban and Fico. Do you regard Hungary and Slovakia's behavior as linked to that? Is that just correlation, or is there causation there? And one final question, actually, if I may. Are you so you've said that the Middle East doesn't need a new war. Are you in contact with Marco Rubio or counterparts in the US? Are you attempting to dissuade them from attacking Iran? Because the build-up there looks like some kind of military action might be imminent. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, we had a plan A that was using the Russian frozen assets. So if that's now plan B, then maybe we should work on that. But I mean, it was agreed to have this 90 billion plan. It was agreed in the European Council, and we just work on member states also respecting that agreement that was made on the leaders level. But if that doesn't work, we can always go back to using the frozen assets that we could do then faster. But it's true that we need to move fast on this because Ukraine needs this help from our side. I don't know if there is a connection with Marco Rubio's visit to Hungary and Slovakia. So I'm not speculating on that. And on Iran, of course, the talks are ongoing, and we are emphasizing that there has to be this diplomatic approach. We are also in contact with the regional actors, but when it comes to America, then finally it's the president that decides.
Mm-hmm. Maria.
Maria Zornoza, Deutsche Welle Spanish Service. High Rep, the Spanish minister is asking to lift the sanctions against interim president in Venezuela, Delcy Rodríguez. How was this proposal received in the room? Is there a consensus among member states? Do you see that could happen anytime soon? We also hear that some member states are asking for this relief to be tied to benchmark or some condition. What is your personal assessment on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we had this discussion, and we are seeing from the Venezuelan interim authorities, some steps also regarding Europe. For example, release of the European political prisoners that were there. So, as we are discussing and will discuss in the future also what is our new approach to Venezuela. I see these two tracks. I will propose that we will lift the sanctions on Delcy Rodríguez as the current interim president in office. Whether we have consensus, then we will see. We don't know that yet before we have not had the proposal on the table. And then the other track, we should have a broader discussion. What is our new approach to Venezuelan authorities? And there I can see that we could have, benchmarks, what we want to see on Venezuelan side, so that we also make steps on our side. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
One last, Nureddin.
Nureddin Farid from Al Arabiya. Madam High Representative, I have a couple of questions on Palestine and one on Iran. On Palestine, after the discussion with Mr. Mladinov, do you have now a practical sense how the European Union is going to participate in the early recovery in Gaza? On the West Bank, you said yourself earlier that what's going on in the West Bank is a violation of international law. this situation is ongoing since at least 2023.